Hello and welcome back to Lombardi Sweep. I am Zach Bruner, Janet Wilson, Luke Reimer, Trevor Land are all here. It was a good Packers Thursday night football win, and that news, that high of feeling good sort of didn't last throughout the entire week, I would say. Wednesday, obviously, we're recording here, a little bit of a hectic day. Janet, why did Aaron Rodgers lie to us? What was he doing? Did he just hate us? What's his problem, man?
I don't know, honestly. um, it. I was pretty stunned. I was at work. I was literally in the middle of a message when my watch was just like going off, and then the part where like everybody started saying he's unvaccinated was really surprising to me. When he's out here preaching about the health and safety about players, and then it just so happens that he's not even vaccinated. I get it. If you're vaccinated, it doesn't necessarily mean you're unhealthy, but at the same time, I don't know, like, wouldn't you want to get it so that you can follow protocol and all that stuff, and this situation doesn't happen?
Can I enter my conspiracy theory straight from that, Zach?
Okay,
Go
go.
for it.
All right, this is no accident, ladies and gentlemen. This is no accident. This was planned. Aaron Rodgers said, I'm not going to get vaccinated because I'm going to know when to pounce on it. He just beat the Arizona Cardinals with nobody, with no help. He said, Devontae, cough in my mouth. Everybody will be back against the Chiefs, the worst defense in the league. We're going to throw Love out there. He's going to look like garbage. They're going to have to give me an extension. Tell me that isn't the most beautifully scripted Aaron Rodgers way to stay in Green Bay.
I mean, it's not crazy. I think it's a good thing. Like, I don't know. I'll share my thoughts on it, I guess, in a little bit. Luke, what's your thoughts on this whole thing?
You guys ever seen that episode of The Simpsons where Homer eats that really hot pepper and he starts talking to the Johnny Cash Coyote?
No, but go on.
Okay, that's what I think happened to Aaron Rodgers when he was in Hawaii. Like, he found some peyote or something on the ground, and he got nuts, and he thought he was like a spiritual mastermind, and he's like, "Oh, I'm vaccinated now. I'm immunized," as he called it. And I think that
He's smoking whatever Peyton Manning was smoking when he was eating that chicken.
right. So maybe that's the idea. It seems like him or Shailene has kind of turned him into a hippie, where rather, it's kind of his hippie phase rather than his BFF phase with Ryan Braun about 10 years ago. Rodgers goes through these phases. It seems like, and I think that he just got a little in his head about his powers over the NFL. In reality, I think he got a little in his head over the powers he has in the NFL. And just based on reports and what I've been reading, it sounds like Aaron Rodgers thought that he was a little ahead of most players in the NFL.
It's possible. I do like the idea of that this is just a phase. Like, he grew out his hair and he's having a bad boy phase right now. Like, it'll pass.
He was listening to Pooh Shiesty the other day at the Halloween.
Shout out Pooh Shiesty.
Okay, but I want to know, like, what annoys me the most, though, is that when Alan Lazard came out unvaccinated, everybody was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then Aaron Rodgers, and they're like, "Well, it says on the protocol here." Like, they started busting out all these receipts just because Aaron Rodgers was unvaccinated. But when Alan Lazard said, like, they said he was unvaccinated, they just like shrugged their shoulders, like, "Well, you can't force him." That's what bugs me.
There's so many reasons why he may not be unvaccinated. Like, first off, people are glossing over the Demovsky report, which is the first thing Demovsky has said that hasn't gone like viral and super reported, mostly because the opposite report is more click-worthy and newsworthy. But he petitioned the league for a different type of vaccine, different type of immunization. That's what he took. So, and by the way, the petition didn't pass. That's why we are where we are at now. But what's to say that in August, when that clip came out of him saying, "I'm immunized," he didn't say "I'm vaccinated." He chose his words carefully, like he always does. What's to say he wasn't waiting for the petition to come back, or the waiting on the word? Because obviously he showed up to camp late, and that's, everything for him got started late. In which, by the way, now it's looking like there's a very good chance he didn't come. Maybe he almost retired. Maybe all this happened because he didn't want to get vaccinated. Like, that's a very strong possibility now with all of this. Maybe Goot said, you have to get vaccinated if you want to play for us. Maybe there's a riff about that. Who knows? But, he was waiting. He wanted to get this other form of vaccination. Who knows what it is? Nobody knows what it is. It's not public yet. It probably will never be public. For the people thinking that he lied to everybody and your butt hurt and you're sad and you're mad that Aaron Rodgers lied to you, I think you need to grow up a little bit. Not first off, because he doesn't owe you shit, but second off, he may not have been lying. Like, the season wasn't started yet. There was still a couple of weeks until the season. And maybe, whatever happened. And he then, after they didn't get passed, maybe he just decided not to get vaccinated. He thought the thing was fine. Or maybe he got COVID and he had the antibodies. And there's a lot of doctors who say you have to wait to get the COVID shot because you have the antibodies. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. But there's a lot of reasons for him not to get vaccinated and whatever. Like, he had one thought in his mind, didn't get passed. Who cares? And apparently he's not violating anything in the team facilities. However, he's not wearing a mask for the media stuff. But I don't think that's a rule because you see Kirk Cousins not wear a mask ever. So I think that's a big flaw in the NFL's rules, but I think he's not violating rules. So I don't know. There's a lot of shit at play here.
Yeah, like, people forget, like, Russia has their own vaccine too. I think they were sending it over to other countries as well. So, like, it's very possible he could have taken that one too. Like,
It's Aaron Rodgers, who knows? But like, he has access to everything.
Maybe him
But,
and Putin are close.
They probably are. He calls him Vlad, but not Putin. Or maybe call him Poots or something. Who knows?
Yo, V, what up, dog?
Yeah. They ride shirtless together on horses. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, and I don't know. I don't really have too much of an opinion on it. And a lot of people were surprised that I wasn't upset, and I thought that was kind of fun. Like, the Packers have more wins than the rest of the conference or the rest of the division combined. So who cares? It's a non-conference opponent. Who cares? And I spoke, like, in games like against the Lions and stuff like that, it was a lose-lose game for the Packers. Like, either that we win and we don't find out anything, or we lose and we look really bad. For me, for Rodgers, for a lot of people in this scenario, it's a win-win situation. Like, either we find out Jordan Love is bad and we re-sign Rodgers long-term, or we get a win. Like, those are the two scenarios here, and I'm fine with either one. Like, whatever. That's my personal opinion on this entire matter.
I'm worried about our guy, TJ Slayton. You can't destroy his development with breathing with COVID right now. That would be the worst thing to happen to his career.
That's a very good point.
And that's not to mention, like, even if Rodgers did play, there's still a very likely chance we lose that game. Somebody's like, he guaranteed a loss. It's like, it's not like he was guaranteeing a win anyways. Like, we beat the Cardinals, yeah, but the Chiefs have won the Super Bowl. The Cardinals have not even made the playoffs.
Well, the Cardinals are a joke. But Brent in the chat here, he wants home field, but he also wants to see Jordan play. And I think that's the right attitude to go about it. And I think there's still a strong chance Packers get home field even with a loss. Like, I was talking about this earlier. I think the NFC West cannibalizes itself. And by that, I mean they're all good enough to beat each other. I think they're all going to suffer more losses. And then the other threat is the Buccaneers. They don't have an easy road. I think they get at least one more loss. They're dealing with injuries. Their secondary sucks. So I don't think a loss this week means we don't get the top seed. Obviously, it gets scarier then if Rodgers misses 2 games or whatever happens, and obviously we could lose another game down the road. But yeah, I would love home field. I'd love to have Tampa come to Green Bay.
Well, and even if
I'm not worried about Dallas. Dallas is fine.
We own Dallas's stadium, so that's like 2 home games. But like, even if he misses 2 games, Russell Wilson's not guaranteed to be back against the Packers, and even if he is, what condition is he in? Right? So if Russell Wilson isn't back, as much as I bash Jordan Love, he's better than Geno Smith, I'd assume, from what I've seen. I don't think it's that far of a reach. At least they cancel each other out, I think. So it's not a guarantee to lose both weeks either.
guess we'll see, won't we? We'll see how good Jordan Love is this week.
That was such a high
Uh,
pitch.
Yeah,
We'll
we will see.
Geno Smith had one drive, dude. The most productive he's been is when he was a punching bag for his teammate.
Yeah, I would rather have that than Jordan Love, man. The game's going to be very fast for him Sunday, and we will see a lot of dump offs, a lot of shallow routes, so he doesn't make mistakes. And I'm anticipating plenty of mistakes. So let's hope Royce Newman doesn't step on it. Oh no, he stepped on Ben Kurt's ankle. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, twice. That was God. He's good. He's really good at football, man. I love Royce Newman. Anything else to say about the Rodgers situation before we just move on from this? Okay. We can take a couple steps back with that Arizona game. That kind of went pretty much as predicted, I would say, except for Luke thought we would lose.
Damn idiot.
He's hiding his face today behind those glasses.
He's actually
embarrassed.
crying
He's
right now. That's why they're so big.
Imagine
That's
thinking
right.
they're going to lose. That person could get kicked off this podcast.
Zach has the powers.
I know what you tried to do, and you can't go watch Game of Thrones. You have to I mean, the game was fun. Like, we had a strong running attack, like we said they would do. They did it. They did it well. I personally thought this was the best game AJ Dillon has played, at least from a running perspective. He finally ran behind his pads and didn't let his feet die as soon as he got contact. I know Janet got to talk to AJ Dillon today. This week. Do you agree with that on Dillon's play this week?
Yes. I mean, I asked him like how he felt about, this being the biggest game of the season yet. And him playing such a big role, and he just said he didn't really see anything other than like it's all business. He's like, I just go out there and play with my team and make sure I do my best. And but he said he really didn't feel the pressure, but I think this was his best game for sure. And I definitely saw that. I saw the big role that he played throughout the entire game. He tore up that field.
Yeah, looked good.
Just to hop on the back of that of AJ Dillon's career game, or whatever. I think this was the best game that Matt LaFleur has coached as a Packers coach. Keeping AJ Dillon in the game is obvious. I'm sure Arizona planned for Aaron Jones with Devontae out, so just to be able to keep switching running backs in and out. There's sets where the Packers were running both Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon was in the backfield. Aaron Jones is out wide, kind of motioned in to running back set. I liked it a lot. I liked a lot of running the ball. I think to not to transition too quickly, but to go into the next game, I think we should probably see a similar game plan. But running the ball, great. The only thing that I would take from Matt LaFleur, having this game is abandoning the run within 5 yards of the end zone. I'll never understand that, especially when they're running the ball so well. But that just goes to show what running the ball does against good offenses. Takes them out of their rhythm. Doesn't let Kyler Murray, who's up there for MVP right now, get the ball in his hands. You run the ball, you run the clock, you score touchdowns, you win games, and that's really what happened in against Arizona.
Yeah, I don't know if I can agree with his best game. I thought he did a good job, but I mean, just for that reason and the running, abandoning it like he did, obviously, their second last drive, if you count the kneel downs, they ran it like inside the 1 and the 3, which is, whatever. They still had a lot of passes there, but, they ran it. But I mean, for me, their second last drive in the first half where they have it from the 3 and they pass it 3 times, that's just inexcusable to me. I don't care who you are. I don't care, you could have a terrible run or offense. You got to run the ball at least once. Like you're at the 3. Like you could honestly do it on third down. It wouldn't be the worst decision. So I liked a lot of things he did, but I mean, some of that shit, like that drive itself was inexcusable in itself. You're playing the Cardinals. You need to go for the jugular, and if you're just trying to play dink and dunk inside the 3, it's not going to work. And it almost costed them.
Yeah, I mean, this week is going to be very apparent because there's so many times between the 20s that Aaron Rodgers is calling plays and checking the things that he wants. Once it gets to the red zone, LaFleur is calling the shots, LaFleur is running the show, and it's apparent every time they get down there because they fizzle out and they suck. Like he's not creative down there. He's I personally don't think he's a very good play caller. Once he has to go off script, I think his opening game script is always good, but when he has to make adjustments and go off script, I think he sucks. And this week, obviously, it's going to be pretty much all of that. I think the Packers are, we'll do a preview later, but I think they're probably going to come out and look pretty good because he's always good at developing a first drive script. And then all of a sudden, LaFleur is going to be calling the shots, asking Jordan Love what he sees in there to call plays, asking the box what they see so he can call plays. He's not going to know anything that's going on per usual. And it's a part of LaFleur's game. He needs to get a lot better quickly. And he's kind of been spoiled with having a second head coach essentially on the field, right? Like he has Aaron Rodgers to make up for any mistakes he has, but now he doesn't. So we will see how he does. He has to step up. Like last week we talked about, this is a game where LaFleur is going to have to grow, step up, coach his best game. That means another week of that now. Now he really has to, he's getting thrown to the deep end now. He doesn't have someone to rely on, and I guess we will see if he can float here. The only other note on the game I wrote down was that Royce Newman really stinks at screens. I don't get it, man. Anytime he goes out in space, he goes for the ball carrier, and I'm sick of it. Like, he doesn't go to block anybody. He tries to tackle our guy. He is unbelievably bad in space. And I'm done with it. It's not even funny anymore. What are we trying to do? Because I know he's going to be a starter once Bakhtiari comes back, and I think it's a massive mistake.
Yes.
Anything else to say about this Cardinals game?
Yes.
Go on, Luke.
I would just I like to get Trevor a little riled up every show. Dean Lowry had a very nice bull rush to start the game. Pushed their guard
good, dude.
Pushed the guard right back
good.
into Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray tripped and fell on it. I don't know where the tripping call was, but they didn't throw it, so credit to Dean Lowry for that.
He tripped on those shoes, that's why.
Yeah.
Hey, any coincidence that after we started this podcast and I was bashing him for a whole offseason, he gets better? No. I'd like to think that he watches us and has me, on his dartboard in his room or on his punching bag and just wants to destroy me. So when I see him, it's going to be problematic for me. But to the point...
I got your back, Trevor.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, two of us could take him. But everybody is praising this Packer defense, and I think they made plays when needed, and they won the game. But I have kind of a reference for this Packer defense that's going to go over Zach's head for sure, maybe Janet too. I don't know how much you watch baseball. This Packers defense reminds me a lot of the Chicago White Sox this year and the past couple years. The Chicago White Sox have won their division by a ton. They're 12 games over 500 in their division. Outside of their division, they were actually shit. And why I compare this is the Packers 8th in yards per game and 9th in points against in defenses, but the average offensive ranking that they've played this year is 21st. And the Cardinals were the best team. And the Cardinals also had pieces out. And the Packers also, got lucky on defense there. So yes, our defense is good right now when we're playing lower competition. But I think people are saying, hey, look, we're good. We are playing an average offense at 21, and we give up 15 straight red zone touchdowns. Like, all this stuff on our defense is against the average offense at 21. That scares me, and I don't think people are paying attention to it.
I agree with Trevor about the baseball reference. I'll speak on that. It seems to me like the AL Central is a lot like the NFC North, if you will, with one good team and a couple contenders, but the rest suck. But anyways, no, Trevor, you're right. This defense has names, but they haven't played, anyone great. It's easy to make your defense look good when you have a division with the Bears, Lions, and Vikings. Granted, we haven't played the Vikings yet, but I agree with you. You said there's names. Are they showing up? Yes, which is great against bad teams. That's how you show you're a good team. You destroy bad teams, right? But I'm interested to see as well how a team like this does against, probably I would say an upgraded offense from the Cardinals to the Chiefs.
But guys, the offenses that the Packers have faced only rank low because they had to play the Packers. So we made them low.
True. True.
I'll be a man of the people and say all the stupid fucking opinions that our listeners are thinking. Love you, listeners. Thanks for listening. Share the podcast. Anything else to say about this game before we move on to the Chiefs?
Credit to you, Zach, for getting the score right.
I almost died at the end of the game, though. So that's that. I almost died.
I have something to commemorate that moment coming in the mail, and I'm very excited about it. I have a new backdrop piece coming with Mr. Rasul Douglas in it. I'm very happy about it.
All right.
Okay. Packers play the Chiefs this week. The Chiefs are currently favored by, and the sportsbook updated. So 1 second. I think it was 7.5.
Okay.
Why is it showing soccer? Why is soccer going on right now?
I think you mean
it's called football. Yeah.
It's not. It's Major League Soccer, MLS.
Major League
Packers
Soccer is the shittiest form of soccer. Get your name
excuse you. It's America's soccer, so it's the best soccer. Packers are 7.5 point underdogs. Over unders 47.5. I'm not sure what I think the Chiefs were favored by 3 points prior to the Chiefs game. So obviously the line has moved. Not a full touchdown with Aaron Rodgers news, but it's concerning. Chiefs obviously don't enter this game playing well. It's not like the Aaron Rodgers news makes the Chiefs a good football team, but the Chiefs did just trade for Melvin Ingram, super good pass rusher. Chiefs are sitting at 500. They've been playing pretty terrible overall, mental mistakes left and right. Luke, I guess, if you had to say like a key to this game, like what do you think is going to happen? What do you think the Packers need to do to be competitive in this game without Aaron Rodgers facing Patrick Mahomes?
I'll give you one on each side of the ball. I don't see. I said it before. I don't see why the game plan should change from Arizona. That running game worked. Getting the ball quick to Aaron Jones. DeGuara even got involved. Robert Tonyan got hurt, but as soon as DeGuara came in, Rodgers went to him 2, 3, 4 times on key downs to continue moving the chains. I think we see that a little bit. I don't see Jordan Love taking many deep shots. With MVS still coming off of injury, Devontae, who knows if Devontae's even going to see a target in this game. I don't know if that's like he has to. Obviously, one of the best players in the NFL. I don't see why the Chiefs wouldn't game plan just for Devontae Adams and take him out and make Jordan Love beat with someone else. Melvin Ingram helps him to get the pass rush going a little bit. But on defense, do the same thing that every other team has been doing to the Chiefs and rushing 4, because they just traded their starting guard to the Jets, who's pretty solid guard. Kenny Clark, Dean Lowry have been playing well, getting past inside. Preston Smith's back, Rashawn Gary. Let's see what he can do. But I think you have to drop 7 or 8 almost every single time against Patrick Mahomes. Otherwise, he's just going to be running all over the place, finding Tyreek Hill on one-on-ones downfield, Travis Kelce wide open over the middle. So keep those linebackers up and going and keep that run game going.
I'm wondering, because I know Chiefs traded Dr. Offensive Lineman to the Jets. He's no good anyway. Who cares? But the Chiefs have Kyle Long. He's been injured all year. It doesn't look like he's coming back this week. He's so good. Once he comes back, the Chiefs are going to be fine. But it doesn't look like he's coming back this week, so they still do have that weakness there. Trevor, what's your thoughts for what the Packers need to do here?
The game plan is to run the hell out of the ball. I mean, basically cram it down their throats, get quick throws, get Love some confidence, but, don't overuse him because he's going to make mistakes. To Luke's point, it has to be the same as with the Cardinals. Packers had 37 minutes of possession to Arizona's 22. You got to do that with the Chiefs. And defensively, I also agree, because if you do that on Mahomes, And if you hold the ball long periods of time, let's say maybe you jump a route, missed pass, drop pass, whatever, you get some points on the board. If they don't have the ball very long, Mahomes is going to panic even more than he already has. And that's not something that he's going to get figured out in a couple days from that Monday night game. Do I think the Packers do it? No, but I think that's how you got to beat this team.
Janet, what's your thoughts?
I agree with Trevor. I think they should run the ball. I think they did really great last week doing that. So I think they should just keep that game plan. I also think that they should have Jackson Mahomes on the side doing TikToks to confuse Patrick, and he could just keep throwing interceptions. Our defense is a little hot right now. They've been picking off balls left and right. So, yeah, I really hope that as a football fan, I feel bad for Patrick at the moment, but as a Packer fan, knowing we're about to play them, I really want him to be as unfocused and reckless as he's been these past games, for sure.
As a person, I feel bad for Mahomes.
Zach, before you answer here, did Mahomes make a deal with the devil?
It's up. Time is up.
Yeah, maybe like a lifetime supply of Hunt's ketchup for like a Super Bowl, or what was it, in his soul?
He got the Super Bowl. He got the MVP. He just got married. He got a kid. He's got
the devil's like, we need the child already.
You're right.
It's time.
Sacrifice the child.
So maybe that's the key here, and Mahomes is going to suck at football for the rest of his career now because he got everything that he wanted in life already. $500 million contract or whatever it is. He's set for life now.
That's what he gets for being on the GOAT cover after not even winning MVP.
That's my theory.
Maybe. I think families of players need to know their role and shut the hell up. That's all I'll say. That goes for Patrick Mahomes' family. That goes for Baker Mayfield's family. You're not helping either of their cases right now. Okay. Obviously, the Packers need to run the football. Chiefs give up 4.6 yards per carry. That's the 5th worst in the NFL. Almost as bad as the Cardinals. My key for the offense is they just need to show some creativity. Like, I don't think it necessarily needs to be running the football. I think they need to be run heavy, but I think they also just need to do a lot of screens, a lot of jet motion, run a lot of motion, confuse the defense, help Jordan Love out. And hell, if we can do a couple Randall Cobb quarterback plays, like, let's do that. Like, do something that shows some sort of energy, creativity through everybody, like that needs to happen. And defensively, I think, Luke, you said it. We need to somehow have that pressure with our front line so we can sit on routes. Because if we have to blitz, that means we're creating man coverage. And if we create man coverage with any of these Chiefs guys, it's done. It's just fully done. Eric Stokes is going to get turned around immediately, and Tyreek Hill is not even going to be close. Rasul Douglas is good ball skills, not very fast. And if we have either of our safeties on man coverage or our linebackers on man coverage against Travis Kelce, they're going to lose every single time as well. So I don't think he's a great player like everybody else does, but this needs to be a Rashawn Gary game. Like, he needs to step up. If Rashawn Gary can get more than pressures, more than hurries, if he can get some sacks, he has to. He has to completely shut down that side, because if Kenny Clark and Dean Lowry can do their jobs, then we're fine. We can't rely on the extra pressure, the blitzes, and all of that.
This has to be a Rashawn Gary game, has to be the bit and or the tagline of the show. I think it's been the tagline for the past, how many weeks?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it too. It hasn't been. He's had so many hurries, but too bad I don't care about hurries, and nobody else should, other than Pro Football Focus and Collinsworth, I guess.
Shout out to that guy that Trevor was talking to on Twitter who said getting a hurry is more important than getting a sack.
Yeah, what was that? What kind of opinion is that?
I'm more wondering why I didn't get any support. I mean, there's a dumbass right. Okay, Luke did. There's a dumbass right in front of me that I even put into your feed, and neither Zach spoke up a little bit at that, but Janet was nowhere to be found.
When was this? You have to know that I'm at school and like I'm trying to look at my watch and you guys are
Twitter
going
Wars
off.
knows no
Janet.
time, Janet.
Janet, you should know that when any of the three of us talk, you have to get your 6,000 followers to attack that person.
So I have to be like, F them kids. Just like, I got something to do.
Just send
Learn
them
this
out
on your own.
Why do you think they have recess? So that teachers can tweet. Fact.
That's right.
All right, next time I'll send all my followers after them.
All right.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you for helping Trevor out on Twitter. Okay. Is there any other keys or anything you want to say before we just give our predictions here for this game? No.
I will say, Zach, I think I agree with you on the motion stuff. They did it a little bit against Arizona, and I think that that opens up the run game so much. Just get the linebackers to look away for a second and whatever. It just opens up so much. And Randall Cobb, I think, should do that. Randall Cobb should be involved with that. The guy we drafted, I lost his name right now, from Clemson.
Amari Rodgers.
Amari Rodgers should be involved doing that. I think even if Marquez Valdes-Scantling's in, I think you motion him from the outside into the slot. Just get something going to divert some eyes, and it helps so much opening up the run up the middle and power plays and stuff like that.
I forgot to look to see who exactly we activated as well, but obviously Kylan Hill, our kick returner, third running back, he's out for the year as well. I would assume Amari Rodgers takes over the kick returning job, which, I hope Butker's feeling strong because I would love a bunch of touchbacks instead of him running it out personally. Yeah. I'm wondering, I don't think he has anything left, but I'm wondering if Deshaun Jackson could return a couple kicks because that could be a fun signing. Let's get him. I don't know. I would love some sort of electricity on special teams. Not that we need another wide receiver to take up a roster spot, but whatever. Also, Jalen Smith was cut. Fun. Okay.
That was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. We saw what we needed to in those 20 plays. He's terrible. He can't contribute. Instead, let's give all those snaps to Oren Burks. We know what we got in Oren Burks. We know he's bad. At least he's not surprising. We know he's going to screw up every play. Okay. So like I said, Chiefs are favored by 7.5. Over-under is 47.5. I think the final score is going to be Chiefs 27, Packers 17. I think the Packers are going to get down. I think Jordan Love's going to take things into his own hands towards the end of the game. And this isn't the Mountain West, man. I don't know how many times we need to say that, but he was bad in college. He was bad in the preseason, and we are quickly going up another speed. NFL speed is so different, and it's going to be surprising. I know the Chiefs have a really bad defense, and I don't think it matters personally.
In fairness, he did have to play the San Jose State Spartans in the Mountain West, so.
That is true. They say the Chiefs are the San Jose Spartans of the NFL, though.
San Jose State, sir.
People are
San
saying
Jose
that.
They don't even get the state. They have to add the state to their name.
Okay, sure. Okay. Luke, what's your prediction for this game?
I am going to be happy when, if the Packers score points. This may be a Mason Crosby game if they're running the ball. I could see them trot Mason Crosby out 3-4 times. I don't think that does anything. I think, Zach, I'm with you. I think this, Jordan Love's going to have to make plays to win this game. I don't know how much stock people put into that. All of a sudden, all of Packers Twitter is like, oh, Jordan Love's good and he's going to lead us to a win. I don't know where that's coming from. But, you're going to have to make plays with Jordan Love. Can he make those plays? Maybe. Have we seen it yet? No. And I think that's a situation he gets put in this week. I'll say Chiefs 28, Packers 12. Like I said, I think you can get some field goals from Crosby. But I don't necessarily see them score a touchdown, especially, first time Jordan Love gets popped by Melvin Ingram or Chris Jones or whoever coming off the edge. That, talk about a confidence destroyer. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm sending, engage 8 first play of the game. The Packers have the ball on offense.
Someone's been playing Madden.
Mm-hmm. I've been watching Kurt Benkurt's Madden videos.
There you go. Trevor?
Yeah, I think Joe Barry is going to come to this game and say, hey, see how bad Mahomes is? Now imagine if we played like that and pressured him. It's like, no, that's not how it works, but that's what he's going to do. I don't think Love is going to have the confidence. I think as the game wears on, they're going to send more pressure, force him to make a play. I don't think he can do it. I think the Chiefs offense comes alive because of how we play defense. It's at Arrowhead. Cardinals, it was one of those things of, hey, nobody's expecting it. This is completely different. This isn't even playing loose. This is playing with a backup quarterback who has never seen real action. So for that reason, I'm going 31-13 Chiefs. I just don't see a way the Packers pull out a victory.
Janet, what do you think?
Okay. I'm going to be, I guess, the spotted cow standing out of this.
Like the reference.
I'm going to be the spotted cow that stands out. I actually think they're going to win, but it's going to be like a real weird game, and it's going to be really extremely close by like 1 point. I'm going to say Packers 17, Chiefs 16. I'm just hoping that, Patrick Mahomes is playing as idiotically as he's been playing lately. So yeah, I think he totally messes his game up. I think he's not concentrated right now. If it's anything like, I don't know if you guys watch the Olympics, but Simone Biles, how I'm not saying depression. I'm saying as far as being unfocused, where she just could not do her sport. I think that is where Patrick Mahomes is right now. I don't know as far as his feelings wise, but I think he's extremely off right now. And I think that Jordan Love should take advantage that the fact that Patrick Mahomes is as off as he is right now.
To be fair, if we, like me, Zach, and you, Luke, if we are thinking the Packers would win, would this not be the one result you could see it at that low scoring?
Yeah. I don't think Jordan Love's gonna light him up.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to you have to score touchdowns against the Chiefs to beat the Chiefs. If they're not scoring touchdowns, then Packers gonna have a low scoring game. The defense steps up, he plays like crap. Chiefs gonna have a low scoring. So if they win, yeah, I could definitely see it being low scoring like that.
Janet, do you think this is the Rashawn Gary game? Everyone's asking.
I think it is. I think he's gonna ball out.
Fucking about time. 18 hurries in this game. I'm calling it now. 1 sack.
And a half a sack. Yeah, not even a full sack. Half a sack.
because those hurries are a lot more important. So
hey,
half a sack is fine.
They give an award out every single year for the most hurries. He's going to be the hurry king of
one of these year. Days, man. He's going to get there.
MVP for the most hurries.
It's I don't understand that opinion. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't,
because it's a stupid opinion. That's why it doesn't make sense.
It's fair. I just don't even know a comparison. It's like in a race. It doesn't matter where you place as long as you have the highest miles per hour at any point during the race. That's all that matters.
Trevor, it's like in baseball, swinging as hard as you can, but still missing. Because at least you're swinging as hard as you can in case you hit the ball.
And saying, hey, if he did hit it, that would have been 450 to dead center. Zach engaged in baseball talk?
Hey, that's a baseball reference I get. So, hitting balls? Yeah, let's get it. I like it. Okay. That was Lombardi Sweep.
Wait, Zach.
Back. What do you got?
We went 40 minutes now without you bringing up Blake Bortles.
Oh.
I mean, he's always in my heart. He's always on my mind. Blake Bortles is always here. He's been here, and he's never left my heart. So it's not like he came home. He's been home,
Yeah, I feel that.
And I guess it's my fault. I just kind of assumed everyone was on the same page. When I said gadget plays, I just mean we need to move our playmakers around. If we can get Blake Bortles in motion, tell me Tyrann Mathieu isn't going to be like freaking out. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, are we gonna get the ball to Blake Bortles? Do we need to load the box against Blake Bortles? No one really knows what's gonna happen. If Blake Bortles is back there fielding kicks, everyone they're gonna say kick it out of bounds. We'll take the penalty. It's fine. Like, no one's gonna know what to do. So I think we got to use them. If we got a playmaker, use them.
You know, that's what they say about that's how you have good offenses, getting to your playmakers out in space. And everything Zach just said made total sense to me.
Until he has to stop at
You wear
midfield
that,
for a
it's
smoke
good.
break.
Yeah. You'll
I also
tell
wanna-
him about light up a cig on the sideline.
I also want to say, if you don't like the four of us, just tune in every week because I think my week is made when Janet brings her dogs on camera.
Yeah.
I had to
Two
kick him
taxi
out
camera.
during when I was on Cheesehead TV. I had to kick him out because I knew he was gonna get in, and as soon as I took out the light ring, he just jumps out and wants to be on here. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. We don't know what's coming.
Fun? All right. Well, shit.
When you're crying, it could be fun too.
Okay. We'll see. I
Can't say
can
I've
tell
ever
you right
Cry,
now.
though, just mind your business.
Can't say I've ever had a fun cry before, but
I will say if the Packers get down, the Blake Bortles chance will be starting very early in the Zach Brunner household. They will be going at the opening kickoff, I'm sure.
Luke, every time we beat the Cowboys and I'm at the stadium, I cry happy. Okay, so
that's true.
I know what it's like to cry happy.
There you go. Okay, we snuck Blake Bortles in there, just like I hope the Packers sneak Blake Bortles on the field, and he snuck into my heart years ago.
I knew you were going there. God damn it!
You know, Trevor, we need another running back. Todd Gurley's still available.
Yes, there we go. Now we're cooking.
Imagine that. He will continue to be available, I think, but I'm kind of surprised the Packers didn't sign another running back, like someone notable. I feel like we always sign a notable, washed-up veteran.
I thought Adrian
Between
Peterson
him
was going to
and-
make his rounds through the NFC North.
Between him and Kylan Hill, they both have 2 good knees. So
True.
I think
True.
maybe still 1.5.
Are you saying to Frankenstein them together, or what's going on?
I'm saying it's a possibility.
We'll go out on that note. Okay. This is Lombardi Sweep. We'll be back next Wednesday live on the YouTube page, Twitter and Facebook page of Flurry Sports. See ya.